Hi all, Tom here. Welcome to my channel where I provide information on all things Ghibli. This is the second video of uncovering translation differences from Japanese to English for Spirited Away. We will do another 10 scenes from the Stink Spirit up to the point where Kamaji shows his train tickets. If you haven't seen the first 10 scenes, then you can click on the link in the description below. Alright, let's get started. Number 11. In this scene, Yubaba embraces Chihiro, who brought the bathhouse great fortune. In English, she says, "That spirit is rich and powerful." In the subtitles, she says, "That was the guardian of a great river." And in Japanese, Yubaba says, "That was the master river with a great name." There's not much significance here. I just wanted to point out the translation differences. Number 12. In Chihiro's dream, she brings the thing she received from the river god to her parents. English dub, "Mom, Dad, I got a gift from the river spirit." In subtitles, "Mom and Dad, the river guardian gave me this medicine." And in Japanese, "Dad, Mom, I received a dango from the river god." In English, what she received was a gift. In the subtitles, it's medicine. And in Japanese, it was a dango. This is a dango. I'm sure you have seen one of these before. In the film, it's called a niga dango, or bitter dango, and it has some medicinal properties. I haven't seen the Roman album for Spirited Away, which usually gives more detail of the film. But for now, all I can think of is good medicine is always bitter, as they say. Number 13. Here, No-Face appears and wakes everyone up. In English, Chihiro says, "I'm going to look for Haku," and Rin replies, "Oh, would you quit worrying about Haku?" In the subtitles, "I'm going to see Kamaji," and Rin says, "I wouldn't go there now. He's angry because they woke him up." And in Japanese, Chihiro says, "I have to go to Kamaji's," and Rin replies, "I wouldn't go to Kamaji's right now. He's really not in a good mood." In English, it's translated in a way that Chihiro is always thinking about Haku. The two scenes I can recall that she was specifically thinking about Haku are 1. The balcony scene at night, and 2. When she is at Zeniba's. But in the subtitles and in Japanese, she wanted to check up on Kamaji instead. Number 14. Chihiro is on the balcony gazing at the ocean and encounters the dragon again. In English, "Where is Haku? He better get here before I forget how my parents look like. I sure hope Dad hasn't gotten too fat." Haku? It's Haku! He's back! Are birds chasing him? Haku, fight them! Get him! He's hurt! Haku, this way! In the subtitles, "What if I can't recognize my parents? I hope Dad hasn't gotten too fat. That's the dragon I saw. It's coming this way. Those aren't birds. Haku, don't give up. Over here. Haku." And in Japanese, "Dad and Mom, what if I can't recognize them? I hope Dad isn't getting too fat. Ah, that's the dragon I saw when I was at the bridge. It's coming here. What's that? Those aren't birds. Haku, hold on. Over here. Haku? Haku!" I think this is one of the most important scenes in my opinion of the movie from a translation standpoint. After the rice ball scene, Chihiro sees the dragon flying away. In English, Chihiro assumes that the dragon is Haku when she says, "Haku is a dragon?" In Japanese, she doesn't know this yet, and it shows in these translation differences. If you look at the ekonte here, you see that she calls Haku's name, and then the next picture stops in surprise. Mr. Miyazaki writes, "Yonde shimatte kara hatto naru Chihiro," which means after calling out, Chihiro realizes something. And then it writes, "Why did she think that the dragon was Haku?" You can see the difference here in English and in Japanese. In Japanese, she suddenly remembers something from her distant memory, and she literally blurts out Haku's name. She doesn't know why she does. Whenever she calls out like that, it really goes back to that moment at the river. She has an intuitive feeling that the dragon is Haku, but has no certainty. As a Japanese audience watching, at this point, they still don't know if Haku is a dragon or not. But the English listening audience already knows and has known since the bridge. Number 15. Haku and Chihiro crash through the air vent to the boiler room. Chihiro tries to save Haku by giving the bitter dango. In English, Kamaji says, "Medicine from the river spirit." In the subtitles, "Is it some kind of medicine?" And in Japanese, "Is that a bitter dango?" In the English dub, my question is, how did Kamaji know that it was medicine? And further, how did he know it came from the river spirit? In the subtitles, Kamaji says that it's medicine. And in Japanese, Kamaji recognizes it as bitter dango. Bitter dango must mean something in the spirit world. Number 16. Chihiro squashes the black worm. In English, Kamaji says, "You killed it. Those things are bad luck. Hurry, before it rubs off on you. Put your thumbs and forefingers together and evil be gone." In subtitles, he says, "Sen, we have to purge the spell. Be gone." And in Japanese, Kamaji says, Engacho sen, engacho, kitta.
Engacho. Engacho sen, engacho.
エンガチョって知ってる？
知らないです。
知らない？ねえ、エンガチョとかエンガチョって知らない？こうやって切ってもらうの。
知らない。
そうするとね、こう切ってもらうと、人に切ってもらうと、そのくっついた毛が落ちるの。
Just as Mr. Miyazaki says, it means to break off a relationship of bad luck, impurity, karma, or destiny. If you have ever played the game Tag, you'll know what that means. It seems that there are laws or ways of how things work in the spirit world that we aren't aware of. Number 17. Haku changes back into his human form. In English, Chihiro says, "Look, he changed back. Help me." What do we do? Haku, wake up. Zeniba put a curse on the seal. In subtitles, Chihiro says, "I knew it was Haku. Kamaji, it's Haku. Haku, Haku. Kamaji, he's not breathing." And in Japanese, Chihiro says, "Ah, so it was Haku. Oji-san, it's Haku. Oji-san, he's not breathing." And Kamaji replies, "He still is, actually. You cannot underestimate a magic wound." Again, in English, Chihiro already knew that Haku was a dragon, while in Japanese she was just not able to confirm that the dragon was Haku. Other thing here is, in Japanese, Kamaji said that Haku suffers from a magic wound. I wonder if he means the magic wound from the paper birds, or is it the wound suffered from the seal? What do you all think? Number 18. Chihiro's shoes and clothes. In English, Chihiro says, "Everyone, I need my shoes and clothes, please. I guess my parents will have to wait." In subtitles and in Japanese, the "I guess my parents will have to wait" quote is added in the English version. To me, I was wondering what exactly her parents have to wait for. She basically used up all her bitter dango. There's nothing else she can do. She has no recourse. Number 19. Kamaji's train tickets. In English, Rin says, "You got train tickets? How did you get a hold of them?" And Kamaji replies, "I've been saving them for 40 years. In the subtitles, Rin says, "Train tickets? Where'd you get those?" Leftovers from 40 years ago. And in Japanese, it's basically the same as the subtitles. Why does Kamaji have train tickets from 40 years ago? And how does he know where Zeniba lives? It's been said that Kamaji and Zeniba had a relationship in the past. It's also been said that Hal and Suleiman, and Moro and Okotonishi had something going on in the past as well. Number 20. About love. In English, Kamaji says, "Something you wouldn't recognize, it's called love." In the subtitles, Kamaji says, "Don't you understand? It's love." And in Japanese, it's the same as the subtitles. The English version suggests that Rin is incapable of love, and in Japanese, Rin might be too unsympathetic to understand love. Tell me if I'm looking too deep into this. Please let me know what you think. Number 21. Do you remember? Here, Kamaji asks if Haku remembers anything that happened before. In English, Haku says, "Yeah, I remember being in the darkness. Then I can hear Sen's voice calling out my name. So I followed her voice, and the next thing I knew, I was lying here, feeling better than ever." And Kamaji replies, "Pure love. You broke Zeniba's spell. Sen left to return the golden seal. She did it to save you." In the subtitles, Haku says, "Just fragments. Chihiro kept calling my name in the darkness. I followed her voice and woke up here." Kamaji replies, "Chihiro? So her name is Chihiro. Wonderful. It's the power of love." In Japanese, the subtitle is basically the same. It dawned on me that Kamaji didn't know Chihiro's real name. And the concept of love is emphasized quite a bit in the film. I'd like to know what you think this love that Kamaji is talking about means. I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, here were the 10 scenes. I hope you liked it. If I missed anything or I'm just wrong on something, let me know in the comments and it'll really help me see the film in a different perspective. I appreciate you watching till the end. Like and subscribe if you can. Thank you.